City of Lagos to get the views and opinions of Nigerians on what is happening in the country today. So many things have happened in the past few hours, and one of them is that the DSS has said one chance robbers have gotten into their office, thereby cutting away files belonging to Igboho's aides. That one is laughable. This morning, I have my excellent and also committed reviewers here this morning. They are here to do justice to the headlines we have this morning. With me, I have the Vanguard newspaper, and I also do have the New Telegraph this morning. My name is Chris Ajiko on this other edition of the program. Thank you for being with us, for also being with us all this while. Okay, let's look above the masthead of New Telegraph. VAT crisis deepens as FIRS insists on collection. VAT crisis deepens as FIRS insists on collection. Tax is for federation, not federal government. FIRS is saying tax is for federation, not federal government. Let me read that story. The Federal Inland Revenue Service on Wednesday declared that no subnational government can collect value-added tax. To this end, the federal government tax agency insists it remains the only statutorily empowered agency of the government allowed to, by law, to collect VAT on behalf of the three tiers of government. FIRS Group Lead Special Operations, Mr. Matthew stated this during a chat with journalists on Wednesday in Abuja. Said that no other agency of government is allowed to collect VAT on behalf of the three tiers of government except for the FIRS. Okay, let's go below the masthead. Budget reps accuse Auditor General of reckless spending. Reps accuse Auditor General of reckless spending. Kogi EFCC now tool of oppression. Opposition parties tell Buhari. Kogi EFCC now tool of oppression. Opposition parties tell Buhari. NNPC consolidates on gains, publishes 2020 audited financial statements. NNPC consolidates on gains, publishes 2020 audited financial statements. Why anti-open grazing bill may be difficult in Lagos? Mieti Allah, why anti-open grazing bill may be difficult in Lagos? There was a response by one of the chieftains of the Mieti Allah. They said that it is expensive to have ranches in Lagos. It is expensive to create ranches in Lagos. Main headline on the New Telegraph this morning: Nigeria joins 5G network as Federal Executive Council OK's policy. Nigeria joins 5G network as Federal Executive Council OK's policy. Approves 1.62 billion naira for Nasarawa water scheme power sector. Approves 1.62 billion naira for Nasarawa water scheme power sector. Monthly allowance. Military pensioners cry out over alleged illegal deductions. Monthly allowance. Military pensioners cry over alleged illegal deductions. Urge the NSIWC to also probe 24 months pension arrears. Again, Rivers retirees protest unpaid entitlement, begs Wiki. DSS tell courts one chance thieves snatched Igboho's aides case file from us. One chance thieves snatched Igboho's aides case files from us. Files terrorism charge against two of secessionist leaders' aides. Files terrorism charge against two of secessionist leaders' aides. Alcohol-free wine also good for the heart. Alcohol-free wine also good for the heart. Let's move to the Vanguard this morning. FEC, Federal Executive Council, OK's national policy on 5G. Federal Executive Council, OK's national policy on 5G. Buhari's visit to Imo divides on Hanese IPOB. Buhari's visit to Imo State divides on Hanese IPOB. Below the master of the Vanguard, main headline: FIRS, Rivers, Lagos lock horns over VAT. Gombe begs. FIRS, Rivers, Lagos lock horns over VAT. Gombe begs. Law backs us. States can't collect VAT. FIRS insists. Law backs us. States can't collect VAT. FIRS insists. Gombe begs Southern states to be brothers keeper in push for VAT collection. Gombe begs Southern states to be brothers keeper in push for VAT collection. Wike threatens to take over FIRS offices in Rivers. Wike threatens to take over FIRS offices in Rivers State. Says Rivers, money not for Abuja people. Lagos generates over 500 billion naira VAT annually. Lagos generates over 500 billion naira VAT annually. Speaker vows to enforce Rivers judgment in Lagos. Speaker vows to enforce Rivers judgment in Lagos. Face off unhealthy for business underscores need for fiscal federalism. OPS. Other stakeholders will act. On open grazing, Southern governors battle Mieti Allah. On open grazing, Southern governors battle Mieti Allah. Say no cultural practice permits banditry, rape, kidnapping. No cultural practice permits banditry, rape, kidnapping. NNPC records working capital below 4.56 trillion naira as it consolidates on gain. How NDLEA intercepted 6 billion naira worth of addictive pills linked to terrorists. How NDLEA intercepted 6 billion naira worth of addictive pills linked to terrorists. Igbo's aides, one chance thieves adjacked our case file. DSS.
The one chance people and the one chance DSS to collect a case file. So does it mean that the DSS council boarded the commercial bus, or does it mean that one chance people accosted them in their vehicle with all the security details they have, and with all the machines, weapons they have at hand? Because when you look at DSS, they carry one of the most sophisticated weapons in this country. So how could one chance thief, petty thief, come in and snatch a case file?
They are not saying the truth.
I mean, you should compare the statement and the statement and compare the message and the messenger. Compare how related the story can be, how true the story can be. I totally disagree, and I think I have to find it difficult to believe, because DSS, one chance, a petty thief. You know what one chance means? Petty thief that will gather people, collect your phone, collect your everything. Does that mean that DSS enter the commercial bus, or do the one chance people, do they waylay their bus on their vehicle on the road, security vehicle on the road, and raided them? And I think the man that said,
are we going in this country with this kind of
you still remember, thank you, you remember there was a issue of snake swallow money. You see, we should stop embarrassing ourselves in this country. You say, where are we going? You are just going down in a pit hole with all this. That is the issue now, because no country will take you serious. No country that hears snakes swallow money, they will just be laughing. It's going to be the biggest comedy of the year, and we are still witnessing another one. I mean, it's so shameful, right? It's so shameful.
Okay, the Mietiala have come out to say that one of the reasons why ranching cannot be possible in Lagos is because it is expensive to operate.
Is there any land?
Expensive.
My brother, is there any land in Lagos for ranching?
Even other states, it is expensive.
It's expensive. They have to give themselves a soft landing for this, tensions that has been going on and all this bashing they have been facing. So they have to give themselves soft landing on the excuse of nobody will accept, by X-Men to come and operate.
Can't you consider that operating a ranch is quite expensive? That there are some of them that cannot afford to get a ranch.
Can you? No. Wait.
Hectares of land, growing grasses on that land. You know what it takes? It's just like farming.
Farming, yeah, sure. But if it is, they can do that in the north. I think Zamfara governor has opened up the forest reserve in that area that is almost like 40,000 acres or 20,000 acres that all the people can relocate there. And same thing as Mr. Gandoje, that's Kano State governor. He has offered them that his state can occupy, the S-Men can occupy a desert in one of the states, a forest that they can use for their ranching, that they can use for their grazing, instead of loitering around the south here and disturbing peace of the region. So they should come over there, and they have enough land. So I don't know why they've not gone. Whether they are still feeling the impact that when they leave all the south, their cow may not be they are not going to be well fed over there. So they believe our land is fertile. This area, this part of Nigeria is more fertile than the north for them to graze their cow, for them to to grow their cow. So the Meitiala, they should respect the advice they are giving and lead to the advice and go to where they know there will be less peace, which is the north. Because the way it is now, the agenda has been set that every state now have phobia for Fulani herdsmen. And we know Fulani before, they used to carry stick. You know, they are always friendly, the aboriginal one that we know here. But when all these foreign ones that nobody know how they enter this country, either they turn to ghosts to land in Nigeria, either some people invited them, in which we were hearing. So those ones are the problem now. They don't even want to see you alone. Seeing them alone is a threat, not to talk of confronting them. So I think they should find a way to move them to a desert where they can, if they like, they can kill themselves here. They can start fighting themselves, but they should not come and disturb the peace, our own peace.
Are you not being unfair?
Be unfair in what way? Be unfair in what way? If you go to another region now and you are causing trouble, they call you, they name you Mr. Cause Trouble. Every time trouble, every time bloodshed. What would they do? Would they retain you? Would they banish you? Would they banish you out of that, state? Oh, you are having what's it called? Kidnapper. God forbid. And they every day one case. Every day one case. What do you think the state governor will do? First of all, profile you. Where do you come from? You are from east. You are from west. Then it will dispatch you back to your state to go and start. That is normal thing. It's normal crime in Nigeria. If you causing trouble in one territory and they try to just stop your you stop your criminal activities in which you refuse, they will send you back to your state. And they are even doing it. Look at the Amajeri. There was a time the Kano people deported the Amajeri to their different states. Kaduna too. Move Amajeri, they were distributing them to their different states. Back, they were sending them back. So it's not a strange thing in Nigeria.
Okay, let's look at VAT. You know about the VAT?
Value added tax.
Only Lagos and 5 other states generate more than what 30 states generate in Nigeria.
And when you take the money back to the federation account, and they will now share the VAT that Lagos is making, that Port Harcourt is making, that the other states is making, you now share it for. Let's even look at it from the point of the productivities. Now, you're talking of productivities in Lagos here. You have majority of these alcohol companies, breweries in this Lagos, and it's forbidden. In some states, in Kano, it's forbidden. In some other states like that. And the same beer that is forbidden in the state, the money that comes from the product, you still now take the money to go and share with people that don't even partake in, that is even forbidden for them. But they will not collect the money. They will know that the money, they will not say that the money too is forbidden because it's a alcoholic money. So I think it will be better off if every state manage the internal tax generation.
Don't you think that some states will just go bankrupt?
How would that can never?
Most of these states survive by this
allocation, federation. It will make them more upright. It will make them more hard work. Give them make them more hardworking. Because everybody is lazy, waiting for federal allocation. How do we maintain the regions that we operated during this First Republic? How do we? Can't we go back to that? All states are blessed. It's just the laziness of the governors. All states have mineral resources. In Nigeria is so a blessed country, but the people there are the problem. The people on this land called Nigeria. Nigeria is a blessed country, but the Nigerians, the government that we have in power are our problem. And I don't know who has given that cost to Nigeria that we will never get it right with leadership. So every land has a potential. Every state has their own potential. In the West here, when you go to Ondo, you see bitumen. When you go to Ilesha, you see gold. That's Osun State. When you come to Ogun State here, land there's a bit of the discovery of oil in which they've never even disclosed.
Even
Kogi, yeah. So why? Then you could look at Zamfara. Zamfara has gold too. Do you know they just sold 5 billion worth of gold?
5 billion.
5 billion worth of gold in which CBN paid them then. And they allowed the states to have, harvest its mineral resources and sell and come back. But the other state is the federal government that has monopoly to do it. You have to get permission from federal government.
Okay.
Like Rivers Oil now, is the government that is federal government that is in charge, which is not supposed to. Let everybody control, let every state control the resources and pay back to the center, because it's been happening before during the Awolowo, during the Zik, during the Ahmadu Bello era. It's been happening like that, and we were feeling the governance. We were feeling the good governance then, not now.
FIS insists that tax is for federation.
They are still insisting. They should go to court. Wike has gone to court. Governor Wike has gone to court. He's gone to high court. He's gone to appeal court. Then they too should do the needful. You can't just take your rights forcefully. You can't fight your right forcefully. Go take it through legitimacy way, so that you can know that you've done the needful and you go through the normal climb to fight for your right. They said that they still insisting. They should go to court. Don't let us just be, they are just backing. They should go to court. If they know they have the right to collect those tax, and they will not tell the court reason why they have the right. So it's not all this coming to media and shouting.
You believe that this is restructuring in disguise?
In disguise, yes.
Restructuring.
Yeah, that's just, you just even make my mind. I'm just so happy. And I'm still saying, Governor Wike, that man, I'm so in love with him with his current actions. What he's doing now, I'm so in love with it. I like boldness, and I like people that are blunt. He's not a pretender. Anybody that hates him should go to hell, as it is now, because he's fighting for the rights of Rivers State, and he's a bold man. And I see him as a pharaoh that will lead the Rivers State to their promised land. Yes, as a Moses. I see him as a Moses that will lead the rivers to the promised land, because all his action has been in support of the rivers, all around.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kunle.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Okay. It's a pleasure.
Good morning, Mr. Ram.
Good morning, Chuku.
Buhari's visit to Imo divides Ohanaeze IPOB today.
How do you see it if, before commencing any comment on the national issue or national dailies this morning, saying hi to our viewers is very, very advisable, because it is because
of them
we are here. So thank you, Barrister Okwade. You are a professor in the law. You never miss a day, watching this program. Then you, Mr. Taiwo, my brother in the Yoruba land, we are here because of you guys again. Then Kelly, we will never forget you. Papula, Badmos, Mr. Charles, Omodua, all of you there. We are saying good morning. Then Samuel or Emmanuel from Edo State, all of you, we are saying good morning to you there in Europe. We are here back again. But let me tell you, there's a very, very important news for you. Nigeria is gradually marching towards restructuring. Kano State generated for the Federal Republic of Nigeria 2.8 billion, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria is giving back 2.8 million to the same state, Kano. It means nothing, no generation. Lagos State, Rivers State are generating 14 points, 16 points, respectively. They are giving them 4.7 respectively. How do you see it? Cheating. Wike of Rivers State has begun to open the eyes of the rest of the states' governors. Thank you, Christian. What do you have for me?
Okay, let's look at Buhari's visit to Imo. IPOB Ohanaeze are having classes.
Yes, he said that visit. Buhari is visiting Imo State to mock Igbo man. He's going to Imo State to mock us, to laugh at us, to tell us that we are cheap. We are morons. But I'm telling you, very, very vital information we received yesterday. Nobody is going there. Sit at home is on progress now in Imo State. Sit back in your house. Don't protest though. If you protest, you know what they normally do. Fulani soldiers, they will spill blood. So what the instruction says is, sit at your home, don't go anywhere. Those women that used to dance and welcome Mr. President anywhere he goes in Nigeria, don't go and dance. So the man is coming to mock you. He has rendered you husbandless, childless. So what are you dancing for? Are you like a man that just wake up early in the morning, sharpen his jackknife and turn it against himself? Don't go. Don't stab yourself anymore. Do not prove to Buhari that you are a nobody from the Dot Nation. Anyway, meanwhile, I want to tell you that the Dot Nation called Igbo man, has shot Nigeria to the top table of World Cup campaign come 2022. If Ihana Chokelechi scored the 2 goals, the Dot Nation people. The same Dot Nation people, Buhari is planning another farm estates, ruralization, Ruga in disguise. Grazing site in disguise. Anywhere, any form he comes, we will hold him on the leg because we are more subtle, sly, crafty than he thinks he is.
Okay, reports this morning, everywhere is on lockdown.
Thank you so much. No. There was a heavy gunshots. There were heavy gunshots yesterday. There is heavy gunshot today. Everybody is shooting at Owerri. Okay. Maybe Biafran forces, between Biafran forces and the federal forces, or maybe Nigerian soldiers are just shooting up to scare the ESN and other Biafran forces. But I'm telling you that there is a ghost towns in Imo State, from the airport down to Imo State House. There is a what? There is what? There are ghost towns everywhere. No movement. Then if Buhari could be an intelligent person, he's supposed to ask his security officers, what are we going to do there? Can't you see that nobody is at sight? Probably something, danger lurks ahead. The best thing for him is to go back. Buhari should go back to Imo State, because if he spills any blood in Imo State, no man is an island. His blood counts too.
Okay.
He's gonna pay dearly for it.
He's gonna pay?
Yes. If anybody dies in Imo State, himself is gonna pay. Because Igbo is a human being. Hausa is a human being. Yoruba is a human being. Ijo, we are all human beings. Fulani are not, I don't see them as extraordinary. They think they are. We are all humans. Nobody was dying for. Nobody was dying for anybody. It's only Jesus Christ that has done it. So if anybody sacrificed his blood in Imo State because of Buhari, Buhari too shall pay dearly for it.
Okay, one chance thieves snatched Igbo's 8 case file from...
It is another story of this regime. Another news though is so newsy. It's so amazing. It's so amusing. It's so what? Funny. It is so what? Hilarious. This is a hilarious. It's a hilarious thing that a whole DSS security operatives are telling us that Igbo's case, case files were snatched by thieves on the paper. They say thieves. Online they say one chance. That's armed robbers. Jesus Christ is the Lord. It's just like those group of soldiers or police that are meant to shoot armed robbers that are tied on the stakes. On the way to shoot those armed robbers, they condemn criminals, they condemn armed robbers. On the way, their guns, their rifles were snatched by armed robbers or thieves. Don't you see? This is what? Akikoifo, ETA. Stories from various lands of Africa. That is what they are telling us here. The other time, last year, we were meant to understand that so billions were stolen by monkey. The monkey carried the money. He stole the money from WAEC office. And what? The clerk started mocking the monkey. Monkey carried the billions and beat the clerk stupor. The next day, the whole Nigerians were thrown into endless debate as usual. Then, I don't know from the office again that snake swallowed money in Kano State. Oh no, Abuja, sorry. Then a snake charmer ran from Kano. Oh my God, to the scene. We were just looking for the python because it's the only python that can swallow such amount of huge money. We look for snake, we didn't see. Who are these snakes? Buhari's king's men. They are the snakes.
Any evidence that,
do they
any evidence?
Do they have any evidence that snakes swallowed the money? Is there? Did they have any evidence that it was monkey that swallowed the money? You are asking me. Somebody created a story. Such a person is not smart enough to garnish that story so that it will be what? Marketable to us. He doesn't know how to market crafty 419 stories. Now you're asking me if I have evidence. What are you telling me? They should be the one to receive this kind of rhetoric question, because they should give us the evidence first. They refuse to give us the evidence. What are you saying?
Okay.
What are you saying? Case file that it belongs to Igbowo. One chance, some robbers snatch it from you, and you have your gun. Okay, many astounding, superstitious story, mythologies. We see a lot of things that have not existed before on the earth since the inception of this regime. Unheard of.
Restructuring.
Ear twisting, jaw breaking, Greek gifts. Some stories I believe are Greek gifts. That is what one man quoted about the headers farm estates. He's bringing other news now. 108 sites in Nigeria have been mapped up by the federal government to keep Fulani headers there. Do you know what they target? Headers farm estates.
That's a Greek gift for.
That is a Greek gift again of Trojan horses. If you read that book or if you watch the film, you know what the man is saying.
Okay, let's look at restructuring in disguise, as somebody said.
Yes.
PAC.
Oh, that is the restructuring in disguise. Let me tell you, Governor Wike of Rivers State has opened everybody's eyes. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Rivers State generates every month 14.7 billion naira for Nigeria, and Nigeria is giving out and is paying it as VAT. Nigeria is giving back to Rivers State 4.8 billion. Listen to my story. Rivers State is deriving their own share. 4.8 billion. Are you listening to me? Then same with Lagos State. You know, Lagos generates a lot of money here for federal government, and they are giving, federal government is giving Lagos State 4.8 billion. I think I'm right, 4.7, less than 4.8. Then again, Kano State is generating 2.8 billion for Nigeria, Federal Republic of Nigeria. And Federal Republic of Nigeria is paying Kano State the same 2.8. Don't you see, it's so hilarious, it's very funny. So the southern Nigerian states are the one feeding the northern Nigerian states. The whole state in the north, we are the one feeding them. As I'm talking to you now, Gombe is begging. Gombe State is begging all the southern states to play the role of big brothers. They should forget. Because the allocation going over there, we are the one paying. They pay nothing. How could you give a state that generates 14 to 20 billion naira? Ordinary 4.8. And you are giving a state in the north that has nothing. They generate 2.8. You are giving them the same 2.8. That is cheating of the highest order. 419 of the highest order. Suppression. We are talking about suppression. See, when you talk about suppression and imperialism, everybody will turn their eyes to the west. Britain, the Spanish, the British, the Spaniards, the Portuguese, you understand? The Belgians, Oga, Fulani's oppression and suppression of the Igbo man, the Yoruba man, all the southern states, what they are doing us is worse than what the British, the Spanish, and the Portuguese had done in the past. The cheating is too much. Don't you see that Wike has opened the eye? Do you know the main theme, the major theme of my story is that Wike River State says is not paying VAT anymore to the federal. These are the instances. They debated in the court, and the court gave it to him. Lagos State has emulated River State. Lagos said they don't pay 10 kobo anymore. That they are using our money to pay salary in Abuja. Every state should generate their own income, revenue for Christ's sake. So that when any man from Gombe, bringing Kebi, Sanfara, receive his salary, you know that you are eating from your what? The yield, the harvest of your land. You don't eat the harvest from another man's land. If you do, you are a thief. So we are becoming
saying that tax is for the federation.
Okay, let me tell you. Let us divide it equal. Let us restructure. Let everybody go, so that we know that we'll be paying what is called tithe. We'll be bringing money to the central. Everybody will debate it. What will be going to the central? I think you understand. Every Dikanali should come on the round table talk, so that we debate it. Let me tell you, we are going gradually towards restructuring Nigeria. If states in the south refuses or follows the footsteps of Wike, it means they have refused this kind of injustice and slavery going on in Nigeria.
The open grazing bill may be difficult in Lagos. Media like saying that to afford a ranch is expensive. The ranch, you agree with me? Do you agree with me?
Ranch is not expensive. It is not.
In Lagos.
To get a ranch in Lagos State, let me tell you, ranch is different from grazing sites, grazing roads, estate farms, cattle colony. They are different things entirely. Do you know that a ranch, you buy the land and you buy in hectares. You don't buy plots.
How much do you think you can get a land?
Let me tell you, they can go and die. Lagos State, we don't want that. If any individual buys ranch, he should buy it and manage ranch for himself and his family. It will generate money for him. Listen to me. Meti Allah, there are vast land in the north. There are vast lands in Mali. There are vast land in Senegambia. All over Burkina. Let me tell you, Ogodogu, Burkina Faso, is bigger than Nigeria landmarks 11 times. The landmarks, these are Fulani states. Niger is bigger than Nigeria landmarks. They have landmarks triple, more than 14 times. Niger is one of the largest in landmarks country in Africa. They have largest number of Fulanis there. Metiala to go to Niger, buy land, start what? Cattle colony, farm or header estates, ranching, enough lands. Do you know what comes with? There are many things that come along with ranch. Okay? Airport, or you call it airfield, not helipad. Airfield, airplane can take off in the ranch.
Yeah.
I hope you know what I'm saying. So it should be in hectares.
Never stop really.
It should be in hectares. And we don't have a lot of land in the southwest. The Dutch nation called Southeast, we don't have enough land there. Why are you expecting us to give out our land for ranching or farm estates? Buhari is like a spider that has been caught in his web. I think understand. Whichever way he comes, whichever way he goes, we are monitoring and following him. Dutch land, Dutch nations. We don't have enough land. You are the one that belittled us first in the first place. You belittled us. You called us Dutch nation. Now you're asking for our land for farm estates. Okay. What do you mean by farm estates? A farm estate, anybody that operates farm estate should buy the land for himself and run his business. Igbo man that sell his papers, Yoruba man that run his administrative or management business. Let me tell you, his office is rented by him. Igbo man's papers is rented by an Igbo man. Mighty Allah's headers estates, farm estates, ranch, whatever cattle colony should be maintained, should be bought by the Mighty Allah person, whoever he is, Fulani man. I don't want to know. Manage your business with your money. Start with land first. Land, capital. Then go on with the management of your business. Do not do your business. Do not manage your business. Do not run your business at the expense of another man's risk. I listen to me. Manage your business on your own. Don't manage your business depending on Yoruba man's land, a German's land, Ibibios man's land. Buy your land, run your cattle there. Do not go about begging Igbo man for land or begging Yoruba man for land. When Yoruba man give out his land for ranching, Yoruba man will end up being killed on daily basis. They are now telling us that rape, kidnapping, stealing, banditry is a cultural thing. That is from Sheikh Gumi. It's a cultural thing. It is not Igbo man's culture. Rape is an abomination in the sight of God. Rape, Bible rejects it. Rape, Igbo tradition rejects it. We don't rape in Igbo. It is not our tradition. Sheikh Gumi, go with your people in the north. Carry your tradition of raping, banditry, kidnapping. Boko Haram, go with them. It is very, very strange here. We don't do that in the southern Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Raf. Spoken extensively. Recently, what is happening in the past 5 minutes in Owerri? The president has just landed in Owerri Airport and is set to visit the state. There's so much to talk about this morning, Mr. Matthew. Let's look at the total blackout in Owerri.
Thank you very much. Matthew is in it once more. I think this is not the right time for even the president to be visiting Southeast. Because I can understand that the governor, who happens to be a sycophant of Mr. President, want to
Sycophant?
Yes. Sycophant because they like praising the president. They don't even tell him the truth. Just like Umar the other day was praying that God should give Nigeria a president like Buhari in 2023. So I see that as sycophancy. So he just want to prove to the world and in fact to the world that all is well with the Southeast. That there is no need to worry in the Southeast. Because by the time he's going there, they are going to roll out all armory in the Nigerian arsenal. That's all arsenal in Nigerian armory. To make sure they police every nook and cranny of the major metropolis where he's going to stay. And they will create that impression that all is well. They are not looking at what is the common man passing through in that environment. They are not looking at the excesses of the security agencies in that environment. They are not looking. There was so much human violation, extrajudicial killing during all the operations of the army and police recently in Imo State and some other southeastern states. They are not thinking of addressing it. And the governor is bringing the president just to prove to the world that all is well.
Somebody is asking a question. Mr. Matthew, when do you think it is the right time for Mr. President to visit Imo State or any state in Nigeria?
The right time is if you bring everybody to exist in a harmonious relationship, not because you are coercing people through the barrel of gun. If everybody now sign on to this project Nigeria willingly, not because somebody is in Nigeria because he's been forced to be in Nigeria by through the instrumentalities of force, police, army, DSS, name it. If like for instance, you are talking about painters, there are people who willingly, without government coming to enforce it, go to government relevant agencies to pay tax. There are people who do not believe that this money is judiciously used and so they are not paying and just using it to buttress it. That normally, if Nigeria is working, every Nigerian, irrespective of the political zone, ethnic background, is supposed to think Nigeria first. But is that the case today? Obviously no. Because this government has started in polarizing this country into ethnic divides, into Igbo, Hausa and Yoruba. And there is a common issue now between the headers and others. This government has succeeded in creating a scenario that makes everybody in this country to have disdain for the Fulani. The way it stands today, nobody is interested in having a Fulani as his neighbor. So these are the issues the government needed to address. Not packaging Mr. President to come and create the impression that all is well. The world know what is happening. The world know that all is not well. Okay, look at recently. Mr. President has given the National Development Land Development Authority a marching order to start the process of integrated farm estates. And if you look at it, this is another ruga in these guys. Instead of addressing the root causes of clashes between herders and host communities, you are thinking of how to settle the Fulani nationality. The first time we had Ruga, it didn't fly. We have water resources bill, it didn't fly. We have livestock transformation plan, it didn't fly. Now we are seeing integrated farm estates, and obviously it will not fly because all the stakeholders are on the same page, especially on this.
Okay, so sorry, Mr. Taiwo is saying that you have no proof that anybody is being forced to stay in Nigeria.
Okay, Let me remind Mr. Taiwo. He's my very good friend, but let me remind him. Self-determination is a thing that is entrenched in a UN charter. Queen Nigerian government is a signatory to. To that extent, if I say tomorrow I do not want to be part of Nigeria, the government needed to engage me constructively, not coming against me with all its representative of faith, of force, like we have seen in the case of Sunday Igboho, like we have seen in the case of IPOB and some other groups that may not be more prominent. So what I'm saying generally is, we have seen instances where people will write to say, I am not comfortable with the status quo. Based on my rights as a strength in that UN charter, which Nigerian government is a signatory to, I'm talking about self-determination, I want to secede. We saw Brexit. We saw at the initial stage, not all Britain were in support of Brexit. Some were against, some were in support. About 2 prime ministers resigned. At the point they were talking about Brexit with deal, Brexit without deal. At the point it was consummated and it was achieved. Because there were engagements, conversations, discussions, give out, that is give and take. At the end of the day, they arrive at a compromise. That is what they needed in a place like Nigeria. People are saying, I'm not interested in this country called Nigeria. Some people are saying, I'm interested. Why not you provide a platform for people to ventilate the opinion, and you discuss even the very ground that you think it binds everybody together? Let me remind Mr. Taiwo that the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended as we speak, which is supposed to be the ground binding everybody, was fought on Nigerians by the military. And let me put this question forward to Mr. Taiwo. Go to the preamble of Nigerian Constitution. It tells that we, the people of Nigeria, came together to write that constitution. I'm asking Mr. Taiwo, perhaps he will respond. Perhaps he will respond on the comment section. Let me hear from Mr. Taiwo where and how Nigerians gathered, whether by way of national confab, whether by way of national discussion, to write this constitution called Nigerian Constitution. That the constitution is now saying that we, the people of Nigeria. So that is fraudulent by all nature, by all standards. The same constitution has made so many areas in this country lopsided. Have you not read recently that even the governor of what is it called, Kaduna State, I'm talking of R5, is telling JAM that they should start giving the northern part of the country prerogative, preference, preferential treatment, because that is part of the imbalance, injustice we are seeing in this country. If not for the proliferation of public schools, state schools, you would have had a situation where somebody who wants to study medicine, for instance, will not have the leverage to do it. And somebody perhaps who is in Lagos, who scores maybe 280, will not get admission into such course. Somebody in Kano, in Jigawa, who scores maybe 140, will have admission because of quota system. Are you not aware that quota system is part of Nigerian Constitution? And this promotes mediocrity above meritocracy. And you make an appointment today, you appoint more northerners than the southerners, you tell me it's based on merit. Does it make any common sense? So many things are wrong with the current status quo. And the North is the greater beneficiary of the fraudulent status quo. You know, it doesn't matter how you look at it.
Okay.
So what I'm saying before Taiwo's question is, this government has so much try to pacify the Fulani herdsmen. I'm not saying there are no resident Fulani personalities who hail from Nigeria, who are being given back to Nigeria, who are Nigerians. But even the government personalities, even Mr. President himself, have alluded to the fact that we have some headers who come from Mauritania, Burkina Faso, Libya, all these foreign countries into Nigerian soil with sophisticated weapons, and they don't have respect for Eastern laws. So whose responsibility is it to determine who come into the country with sophisticated weapons?
Okay,
the federal government, and they are not addressing.
Why anti-open grazing bill may be difficult in Lagos State? They are saying that it's difficult, it's expensive, quite expensive to get the ranch.
The truth is this: If the government want to work, they can do it. But I see a government that is hypocritical. I'm talking of federal government. Because how can you on one hand, you are telling states to do open ranching, so open grazing. On another hand, you are approving 6.25 billion naira to Katsina State, his own home state, to build ranches. And as at the time the governor of the state made it public, he have released 5 billion out of that total sum to the state coffer. So is that not hypocritical? Is it not double standard? Is it not lopsided by our standard? So what they needed to do, if you look at the epicenter of the crisis, conflict between herders and host communities, I think it is Benue State. Okay. So if you wanted to start a pilot program of such nature, your target would have been Benue State. Okay. Now you are telling everybody that you want to go and they should go and recover even non-existent grazing reserve and grazing routes. We keep saying it on this platform that quite agreed there used to be about 415 grazing reserve and grazing routes in Nigeria, out of which 141 were gazetted. And if you look at that old northern and southern protectorate, you have only I think Ogun State and Oyo State. You have one for grazing reserves. Yeah. But again, look at the states that came out of the northern protectorate. Only Kwara and Bauchi domesticated this grazing reserve and grazing route in their current law books. And if you go to Kwara constitution, it forbids you grazing outside the grazing reserve. So I don't know where Mr. President is getting all this nomenclature and all these. That's why when I don't speak, you see NBC is quoting the media house that gave me the platform to speak. The other retired naval officer, you see NBC is querying the media platform. So I don't understand where we stand.
Okay, let's look at VAT. This VAT crisis is a restructuring in disguise.
For me, I think it's a welcome development. I say it particularly because how can you, on one hand, like Kano for instance, you say they should not drink beer. Okay. I'm not saying people should drink beer anyway. It's a matter of choice. But again, you have Hisba law. If you bring beer to Kano, for instance, the Hisba police will destroy it. Go and look at the first quarter of this year. The VAT generated by Federal Revenue Service, by Federal Revenue Service, is in the neighborhood of 392 point something billion naira. Out of total sum, beverage and bottling companies accounted for 23 billion, 23.something billion. And you have a place like Kano that is saying that people should not consume it. They will share the VAT they will collect. Is that not hypocrisy? Then again, looking at VAT holistically and looking at the argument of federal government, that the sharing formula is because hitherto before now, Federal Revenue Service collected on behalf of the three tiers of government, federal, state, and local government. Okay. Now, the sharing formula has been federal government will take 15%, state will take 50%, and local government will take 35%. But again, you look at the highest injustice, like the analogy Wike gave, that in a particular month, June or so, that the money they pay to the contractors who are doing infrastructural development in the state and the VAT generated by those companies, the value added tax paid by those companies to Federal Revenue Service amounted to about 15.something billion.
Okay, sorry, I think I have somewhere. Continue.
Okay, that in a particular month, June to be precise, that the money generated was about 15.something billion, and what they got was about 4.something billion. Okay. Now, a place like Kano generate 2.8. They receive about that 2.8 again. Then look at holistically, Lagos State account for about 55% of all the value added tax being generated by Federal Revenue Service, and they will not get as much as a place like Kano. Is that not injustice in the highest order? For me, it is injustice, and it's a welcome development. Whether we like it or not, all the states in Nigeria have one thing or the other in terms of natural resources, whether solid mineral or otherwise. They should look in what things outside the box and look at how to tap into all these things. Okay. I said it here the other day. If you look at go to what's it called? Jigawa State, for instance. Jigawa State. The capital is Duse. Duse in Hausa means rock. The capital is named after a rock to tell you that they have abundance of it in that environment. How much are they using it? How much is coming to Nigerian table from that rock? The Zamfara that is boasting of gold, how much is coming to Nigerian table from gold? Everybody's attention is focused on oil. Look at our steel. Nigeria has one of the largest steel deposits in the world. If our government can tap into it, it will even generate money more than crude. But nobody thinking about it because you need to invest. Okay. The crude that they do not need to invest, they just give oil blocks to oil companies. They come with their platform and all their money to invest. Federal government through NNPC will collect 60%. I think it's right time. It's good that Wike is challenging that status quo and encourage Lagos State to go ahead with that bill to ensure that they start collecting that VAT for development of Lagos State and any other state for that matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bachi. I have Mr. David here this morning. Good morning, Mr. David.
Good morning to you, Mr. Christian Chuku. It's a very, it's a beautiful morning.
DSS tells court that one chance robbers thieves snatched Igboho's case file from them.
It's so
one chance. You know one chance.
Okay. I know one chance. It's a shameful thing, but I believe DSS on their own part don't want to release those suspects, because how would you come out and start telling the public that your staff or your agents, DSS or officials, boarded a one chance boss?
Let me just attend to Samuel F. Young. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Mr. F. Young. Good morning. Hello. Good morning, Mr. F. Young. I can hear you.
Okay, am I live now?
Yeah, you're live, Mr. F. Young. We have F. Young, Mr. Samuel F. Young on the show this morning. Okay, let's look at one chance robbers snatching Sunday Igboho's files from DSS. How do you look at it? What's your take?
Okay, come again with that.
You said?
Come again with that.
One chance robbers snatch Igboho's 8 files from DSS.
Okay, I think I saw that headline recently.
Okay.
But two things first that I want to talk about. I don't know, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Two things I want to talk about. In looking at the subject of conversation,
okay.
The first thing we need to evaluate. Yes, can you hear me?
We are hearing. Okay, let's continue. It seems it's offline.
Now, I believe, just like what Samuel said,
okay.
In this context now, what is really the issue? What is really the subject matter? Is it that DSS as a body, as an agency of government, does not own a boss that their staffs can always board when going to, like, because now in this context DSS they are the how do I put it? In this context, they are the body bringing up these people, taking them to court. Now, are you not telling me that now DSS as a government agency does not own a boss that can convey their staff to the court? Why would they, in the first instance, why would they going on official assignments? Why would they board a public transport? It shows something. It seems something is fishy there. Something is fishy because literally these are government agency, and then now the DSS on their own a company boss or whatever.
It's a federal agency.
It's a federal agency now. They must have a boss that will convey their staff to like present this case file in court. Because they are the ones, they are the prosecutor. Now, why would you give a case file to your agent? Now, asking them to board a public bus, for them to board a public fare. Who does that? It shows now DSS on their own don't want to release those suspects. That is why. And now the judge are giving them 7 days ultimatum to provide that case file. This is what impunity of the order. I believe the judge now is supposed to have sanctioned them at that spot. It is never done anywhere in the world. Okay, now I listened to what the DSS lawyer said. He said now the judge asked them that, how are you sure that these DSS officials boarded a one chance bus? He said those persons called the office to inform the DSS office that they boarded a one chance bus. Someone
with files.
With files. Someone that has been kidnapped. A person that has been kidnapped still had the effrontery to call in DSS office. Okay, Malga, we boarded a one chance bus, so we've been kidnapped. Who does that? It shows something is fishy.
Okay.
It's because now so many court orders I've given them. I've said that they should release those two suspects of Sunday Igboho head, and I believe DSS don't want to release them based on what impunity. That is why they came up with this senseless story, just to tell the world. Now the judge has given them 7 days. Let them return that case file, even if it's for them to come up with what another case file. Let them shall bring the case file to court.
Okay, let's look at the VAT. Some people say that the VAT is going to help states look inward and develop states differently.
Very well. It's now the value added tax VAT is on residual list.
Yes, not on.
It's not on concurrent.
Not on the exclusive. No,
it's not on. It's on residual. The states has legal right to get that, not the federal government. But federal government was encroached their power just to get that value. That is what is challenging. That this thing is on what? Is on residual list. The state has the right, not even the federal government. It is what? Impunity. It is impunity. Now, what he said was the fact that imagine a state like River State generating 15 billion in the month of June, and Kano State generated 2.6 billion. That's a month. The sharing formula gave River State 4.6 billion. Still gave
the population is different.
Still gave Kano State.
Kano has more population.
That was not enough. Still gave Kano the same amount River State got, and River State generated more. That is what impunity. Forget population. Forget which kind of population. Let them look inward. Now I believe Kano State is also what? A common state. So just like what Pastor said, let them look inward, because just like Wike said, this value-added tax sharing formula is making them lazy. Is making these states lazy. This certain state, just like Kano State, just like Kogi State.
Okay, let's have Samuel. Hello, Mr. Samuel. Hello, Mr. Samuel.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Mr. Samuel, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian. Good morning.
I can hear you. So let me ask you the question. One chance thieves snatched Igboho's AIDS case files from DSS. They were reporting to the court saying that one chance thieves snatched the case file. What's your own take on it?
This country is moving to a state magic.
Okay.
Now, maybe we will do a video skit for DSS so that they will just turn it to a comedic theater. Now, let me even make it, it is more worrisome that an agency of government who should investigate and come up with rules of engagement that people should rely on and depend on will come out in public place to display its level of intellectual stupidity. Now, in the first place, I read the headline. I was listening to Mr. David in his question, and he's doing justice to the subject of conversation. I've listened to other speakers. The first question we should ask is DSS now start using a commercial vehicle.
I don't know.
Or Okada.
Let me answer.
for me, oh.
Is to convey a case file that is official, an agency case file of the government. DSS is an agency of government. So what they are saying is the DSS as a whole does not have one vehicle.
I can convey their staff to court.
I'm not talking about 10. I mean just one vehicle to convey it official that is going on an official assignment with a case file of such a case that they allege the person in question to be a terrorist or probably a felony that is fighting against the territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So in handling that kind of case file, the whole DSS put together does not have one car. It's really making sense how we come out in public and read this kind of stupid headlines by the so-called men of the intelligence and so-called secret service of our country. But let me say this, when Nigerians or the agencies of government come out to show their level of intelligence to the outside world, it makes people will laugh at us. Now the question is, had they been the case file was said to be in favor of the DSS? Because if you watch the case carefully, they've released some other people and they're going there to fight that they should not release the other 4 guys. So I think in the case where I was in support that they should retain or keep the other 8 people they released. With the case where I vanish, it's as simple as ABC. Now the second question we want to ask them again is that the DSS only want to prolong time so that they will tell you that the case file is missing, the evidence is missing, and as such the court should, I read the statement, the court should give them more time so that they can do investigation and bring back the case file. Let me take you back to history lane. The same DSS some years back accused a group of people, it was on Punch newspaper, that they saw some dead bodies of about 50 people, and out of the 50, about 5 or so from the northern extraction, that they were killed in a particular instance state, I think Imo or Abia state. It means the people of Abia have been killing the people of the northern extraction. And a particular journalist, in doing justice to it, told them that they should exhume the body of the other 50 and do the autopsy report to see if every other person are from the northern extraction to justify their claim. Till today, the hypocritical northern elite DSS did not do justice to that case. So it's not the first time the agencies of government have been used to lie, deceive, use the policy of hypocrisy and double standard to justify what is obvious. Right within the DSS, some of its officials will say something else. They won't come to public and say it. Why some that are being used by the powers that be from certain part of the country to follow archaic practice that is not standard will come out and say the whole DSS does not have vehicle to convey its official to a court proceeding that a
Hello, Mr. Samuel. I'll call you back. Let David finish his. I'll call you back. I'll ask you one more question. I'm going to call you back. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move.
Okay, now, okay. I like what Mr. Samuel said. Okay. He asked the question and said, see, the DSS as a government agency does not have a vehicle that can convey his own officials to the courtroom. And then those going on what official assignments. Now, and then he said something. He said, what if now the court gave that now those that have regained freedom should be re-arrested? DSS would mobilize with their what official car. Now, when DSS invaded Sunday's Igbo's house, did they board a public bus? Which vehicle conveyed them down? Useless government agency. Back to your question.
Let's move over to why anti-open grazing bill.
No. There's a question.
VAT.
Yeah, the VAT. Now, I said, now you can see the injustice in the system. Now, we can say in the month of June, Port Harcourt, generated 15 billion. And Kano State, and then which is the most popular state in the north, and then Koma State, which is things are happening now, generated 2.6 billion. Imagine if Kano State, which is the center, which is the epic state in north, could generate 2.6 billion. Now imagine how much would other smaller states in the north generate. Now, Wike said in that same month of June, Rivers State generated 15 billion. Now, Kano State generated 2.6 billion. Now, when sharing, according to the sharing formula, he said Rivers State got 4.6 billion. The same Kano State that generated 2.6 billion got same state got same amount with Rivers State 4.6 billion. You can see the impunity in the system, and this thing is on what residualists. That is why Wike had to challenge them in court. And now Gombe State governor is not begging. He said Wike should be their brother's keeper. Now Wike said this issue of sharing formula is making you guys lazy. You guys have become parasitic was in nature. You don't want to look inward. Tap on your current resources within your state. Now Kogi State has what? Ajakuta Seal. What have they done with it? Just like what Pastor said, Gombe. How does Gombe gold? How does it bring food? How do they remit money into the federal coffers? No, it is only on this oil. And now, because now a state like Lagos State that generates close to like 47 billion monthly now still gets the same allocation with what Kaduna State. Who does that? That is why you see that is why I see majority of the northern governors don't want this integration. Yes, they are afraid because they know now they will be the major loser. That is why they are always fighting hard just to unite Nigeria. But now Wike said enough is enough. And I believe federal inland revenue does not have that right to start collecting value at the tax. It's on residual list.
Okay, it's
not on concurrence or what. Especially if it is only the state government that has the power. Let every state look inward, get this money, benefit your state. Not every month going to Abuja. Okay, imagine Zamfara State, Borno State generated 500 million. Now the same Borno State now even gets more than some states. The same Borno State still gets the sharing formula more than some certain states. So that is impunity.
Okay, let's move over to why anti-open grazing bill may be difficult in Lagos. They are saying to get a ranch, to operate a ranch is very expensive.
Who said so? So now, in summary, what do they want? They want to be grazing their cow up and down. There is ranch in Katsina. The president has given them allocated money for them in Katsina, in the state. That's what Pastor said. Now, the president is supposed to pinpoint these key areas where there is issue of ranching, which is Benue, very, very, very hostile state. Due to the fact that he is biased and is hypocritical in nature, now he has to move that ranching to his state. Where is land in Lagos?
There's no land in Lagos.
Yes.
Ekpe, there's no land in
Which Ekpe? There's no land in Lagos. Ekpe is developed. Ikodu is developed. So now where do you want? Is it this place that I'm standing? That the Fulani wants to start and then open grazing. Lagos is developed. So there's no land in Lagos. Let them push. Let them go to the north and do whatever they want to ranch. Now, thank God for Lagos State has come out with this open grazing law. Now, if you graze cattle within Lagos State, now you reach 21 years open grazing, 21 years, and then it's a work on development. Everyone is now taking steps to ensure that these people that we face them out of our society, or we face them out of our city. It's a work on development.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. David. I appreciate it. I have Mr. Chigozie this morning.
Yeah, good morning. What again?
The
you can never trust people like David.
Mr.
Who's a Nigerian? You can never trust them.
Okay.
I'm a Biafra man. Good morning, esteemed viewers.
Good morning. Today, Buhari, currently, I think he has landed at the airport, but there's still a ghost town around Owerri.
Okay. Yes, we wish him a happy stay in Owerri and.
A happy visit.
Yes, a happy visit. Okay, in Owerri. If he decides to stay, no problem. There's enough.
So if he stays, that means there will be ghosts.
Of course, there is enough hotel, motels, or whatever. And in Owerri, we have fine ladies if he so desire. So
what message is this? What message are the Owerri people passing to the government of Owerri State and also the federal government?
I didn't get you.
What message by sitting at home when your president is coming? Normally, when your president is coming to your city, you need to welcome him. But what message are they passing?
Yes, my people say, "Otonye na-eme ka ekwesị akpọ ya," and you see, people address you the way you are. So if your absence is not felt, then your presence means nothing. That is just the reality. If your absence is not felt in Imo State as the supposed president of Nigeria, you have not made any impact. You have not created any federal presence for people to recognize you. So what is your presence means nothing.
There are projects that is going
and
to
that is what, of course, is playing out today.
There are projects that is coming to.
So I wish any evil befall him, because he's more or less. If you have to kill him now, you will incur all the wrath of God that is upon him, because the number of casualties that has fallen under his watch is unbearable. So what's killing such a man is more or less attracting more wrath from God. So you shall allow him to bear his own consequences. And of course, people have spoken by complying with the seat at home. It suggests that his presence is not felt. And why? Because his absence, of course, his absence means nothing to us, and his presence is there to, of course, the seat at home is there to speak more volume of that.
Okay.
And I hope he will learn from that. Of course, he has no time to learn. He's only concentrated in Islamization and the Fulanization agenda, which unfortunately has done more harm than good, even to his Fulani nation.
Okay, let's look at the DSS. One chance Steve snatched the Ghost 8 case file from us. How possible is that? That one chance thieves will snatch a case file of a national coloration?
You see, is it not in this zoological republic? You heard of monkey swallowing dollars, python swallowing money that is meant for the people. So if this should come up, it shouldn't be a surprise too, because this is a zoological republic. Anything goes, anything happens. One man's thief or whatever, one man chance snatches they can tell you, cook whatever they want to, concoct whatever they want to do, and as far as the newspapers are there, they will want to make sense or attract people's attention. It's very unfortunate.
Okay,
a whole file of that magnitude. It's very unfortunate, but it's not a surprise. Why? Because if it is in America, in Western world, I would have been shocked. But if it's happening here, everything is possible here.
What does one chance Robert want to do with it?
Tomorrow, when even a monkey, just put Buhari and a monkey, chimpanzee together, they have some similarities. A monkey will come up tomorrow and become Nigerian president, and the people will still vote for him, or they will rig him in. Look at the people who are aspiring, or the current presidents, and those who are aspiring to become the president of Nigeria by 2023. They have a similarity. When you place them side by side by babu or chimpanzee, you will hardly distinguish which one is human being or chimpanzee.
Okay.
So that is just what is happening in this country.
Okay, why anti-open grazing bill may be difficult in Lagos, Mesiala? They are saying that to operate a ranch is quite expensive.
You see, whatever excuse they may want to tender at this time is inconsequential. It's not necessary. You have a large expense. By the way, Lagos State is just 3,000 kilometers square land surface area. So what are they doing? It's already populated. I mean, we still have the influx of people. I mean, within this very few surface area. So why not go to Niger State, where they have large expanse of land, over 72 kilometers square, 76. Other northern regions. Now, when they build their ranching, they breed their cattle or whatever, they can now move it down to the south for markets, to look for prospective buyers. So these are not rocket science. They should stop drawing attention, which it does not. They don't deserve such attention.
Okay, lastly on VAT, it seems that VAT now is restructuring in disguise, because now states may want to handle their revenue themselves, not sharing it to other people.
How possible is that within this present system? And I don't think the present configuration or the people we have within the corridor of power, we want to cede such power or devolve such power to the states. Imagine where we have the president, being the commander-in-chief, being the minister of petroleum. He wouldn't want to relinquish such positions because he understood what he stands to gain. There had not been transparency, accountability in terms of revenue generation from crudes and its substitutes. So what informs us, what could give us that hope that the government of the day will allow, the government of Buhari, the government of APC, will allow power to be devolved to the regions or states, which would have been the best thing that happened to Nigeria. But unfortunately, I know that will not happen. And if that happens, it's never in Nigeria. That would be maybe in Oduduwa or Biafran state. So I don't see anytime soon. They understand the implication of that. But you just skim them out of events. Look at the number of oil wells under the control of the past president, ex-president, and current presidents and top hierarchy military officers. They won't relinquish such positions. It's very impossible as far as Nigeria is concerned.
Okay.
And of course, the sit at home will continue to send a message to the world. And I want to remind, of course, what happened in 29th of May 1969, when a man, a graduate, a young undergraduate of Columbia University, in person of Bruce Merrock, set himself ablaze in protest against the genocide going on in the Biafran land. In 1969, barely 52 years now. And yet, most of those who are currently within Nigeria or in diaspora have not deemed it necessary to understand what the people are passing through. So this is hell on earth. And as long as that man set himself ablaze, an undergraduate, he was moved by the level of injustice, cruelty, deliberately sponsored by the states, Nigerian state, against the defenseless or innocent people from the Biafran region, where we lost 3.5 million children. He have to set himself ablaze. So if you are a Biafran and you are not supporting the cause of the struggle, I consider you as a terrorist.
Okay, thank you.
Because somebody is an alien, a total stranger, set himself ablaze to chart the way forward. As long as that man died in such circumstances. Of course, he has given life to the Biafran state.
Okay.
Nothing can stop the restoration of Biafra.
Thank you very much.
Not even I myself, not you, not Buhari. Let him be whatever you want to be. But Biafra is here.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chigos. You have Mr. Lucky. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. Good morning, viewer. Good morning, my brothers over there. My name is Lucky Eyaguna. Edo Nobi Lagos.
Okay, Mr. Edo Nobi Lagos. Now, Lagos State now will be sharing its own, with taking all of its own VAT. Lagos State accounts for over 50% of the VAT collected nationwide. Do you think that other states like Edo State will suffer?
It's better in that way. That I love that. In fact, when River State government signed that bill, I was so happy.
Okay.
It's a way of restructuring. There's a way of telling the president we have started restructuring the country.
Okay.
If they can start with VAT, and believe if other states follow suit, yes, it's okay. I'm very, very happy because one, we have to control our resources. For federal government have been handling that. We have not seen anything. So let's try the state. Let's see what will come up. But the only thing that let them use the money well for that state. Yes, if other state can follow suit, it will work. Without other state dancing with the federal government side.
Gombe State is begging, saying that they should be their brothers' keepers.
Let me tell you something. Gombe has what it takes to manage their state. They have everything. They have vast land. They can go to China, bring farmer. They can go anywhere and import farmer. They have everything. I don't know why we should be putting those resources coming from somewhere, coming from the east or from the south. They should, you see, they have cow. They should manage their cow very well. To produce milk. So not necessarily of me selling granite in my own state. I go used to pay artisan in Gombe State. No. This time around, it's a signal that resources have come to stay. Are you getting me? Let the Lagos State qualify the one to collect and make sure they use the money, utilize the money in their state. So that is it. I believe let other states follow suit. Osun State, Ogun State. The only state I pity is Ogun State. We have ministers, vice president, president, retirees. They do nothing in that state. They receive VAT, a lot of wet. Still yet, no road, nothing. So if they can use that money well, I will support that.
Okay, let's move over to Buhari visiting Imo State today. What's your take on it?
Yeah,
we have been locked.
Yeah, we sang yesterday with my brother Raf that they should stay indoor. They should not come out. That's the part of protesting. Not killing, not shooting. Stay in your house. Are you getting me? Because I don't know what's the president going there to go and commission. Is he going there to commission agriculture? Or is he going to commission the old roads that the man don't? I don't see the kind of work. The man did not do anything there. Since the day he come into power, problem for him. Fighting, shooting. So I don't know what the president going there to commission. Just like when Sanwo-Olu invited the president, the first time Sanwo-Olu came in, 100 days, to come and commission bus stop, very close to airport. After president left, it's not up to a week, they saw Caterpillar, bulldozer the place again, where president commission. And Sanwo-Olu still invite the president again to come and commission something in Lagos State. The next thing, president started insulting them. That you can't stay in Lagos State as if for zoning. It's a disgrace.
Thank you, Chris Chuku. Thank you, Lucky. Yeah. I have something to tell our viewers.
Yes.
I've come to congratulate Lucky because he supported the cause of IPOB.
Yes.
Lucky is like the instruction you give to the entire people of Southeast yesterday.
Yes.
Is playing out now.
I'm very, very happy.
You know what happened?
Yes.
All the Imolites, the indigenous of Imo State, they have sat back home. They have sit back home. Nobody has come out because they want Buhari actually to meet ghost towns in Imo State. Lucky, you really prophesied yesterday, and it is playing out now.
Thank you.
He is a prophet.
Okay,
Yes,
Prophet Lucky.
Lucky is now a member of IPOB. That is a good message for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Rab, I am so happy because we sang a song yesterday.
Yes.
Animal they wear agbada.
Yes.
When that fella sung that song mean a man wearing agbada, killing people, destroying people property.
Yes.
You are going there. May God help you. I will abuse you. If you kill by sword, you die by sword.
Let me tell you, Malam,
if you kill by hunger,
Lucky.
you die by hunger.
Lucky.
Nigeria is suffering under
If you abuse Malam, you are doing the right thing. Ask me why. Why is it that fella just was bent on saying, no be Hausa Idiabo Day Christmas, na Christmas be that no be Hausa Buhari Day Christmas, na Christmas be that no be Hausa Babangida Day Christmas, na Christmas be that no be Hausa dem carry me go jail Christmas, na Christmas be that everything na this Fulani.
Yes.
Yes.
So now, Mr. Rab, thank you very much. We are only trying to make fun and let our viewer be happy. Not only every day we abuse, but today what we are saying the reality that our president under APC 8 years, my brother, we suffer a lot. Let's say the truth. Even the diasporas, they understand how can this man with your old age and making us to suffer like the under your watch. That's why I see all Nigeria are not happy with you. You are a father. Buhari, you are a father. Even the vice president, you see, why vice president now? When I know vice president, all the head was black. But today, for just 7 years, about to finish, all the head, vice president, white head, as if he's plugging 90 years. So something is wrong somewhere because they are not doing well. God is not happy. My brother, the question you ask now, I am saying this president is not doing well. Traveling to East, what are you going to commission? No project. Each of them man want to make name. Just want to make name that he brought President Buhari to Southeast. He had been going there before. After all, nothing. So please visit that place. I'm still begging the Igbo, stay in your house. I don't want whereby you have received bullet. Stay in your house. Let those people who come to visit the ghost yard have a shame. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. One more thing. Why anti-open grazing bill may be difficult in Lagos because there are no. Allah is saying that to have a ranch is very expensive. It's expensive to not even in Lagos, every other place.
You see, I want to ask you a question.
Buy land
yes.
or ranch.
I want to ask you a question.
I know it's hectares of land.
Yes, I want to ask you a question. Are you aware many Nigerians now? How much for cow now? A bigger cow now, I can see 500,000.
No, it's 350,000.
A bigger one, 500,000, 350,000. Which poor man would buy a cow of 350,000? I would ask you a question. Please, it's time. Let them take their cow to their place. Let's eat our bush meat. In Calabar, they eat dogs. Are you getting me? In the doorstep, we eat bush meat and goat. In Southwest, I know they eat a lot of meat. But let them take their cow there. When you need a cow, you can import, you can buy 2 or 3. Are you aware federal government gave them billions last year or this end of the early this year? Let them use that money buy ranches. See, they want federal government to fund them. They have money. After all, the South and Southeast and Southwest have been carrying the body of this Nigeria for long. Are you getting me? Thanks of education. Thanks of bringing weight. Let the Northerners go. They have a vast land. They have everything in the North. Why can't they stay in that place instead of causing problem? Because we were together before. But when they start killing the innocent people, farmer, kidnapping, that's the reason why. That's the only way measure to stop this menace. They should stay in their place. Is it by force? You should come and buy my land.
Okay. Lastly, somebody said, Mr. Lucky, I'm promising you 10 to above Yam next week.
My brother,
Mr. Lucky, so I like Yamo.
Yes, Mr. Uche, God bless you. Mr. Taiwo, God bless you. My Yerima, my sister, Abubakar, God bless you. All of you viewers, God bless you because the only award I have for you is prayer. God bless all of you as you are there watching this program. Many of you who is watching this program, I love you. We love you.
Mr.
Remain blessed. Thank you. That yam.
Which yam is the best yam?
Let me tell you.
Which yam is the best yam?
I'll tell you the best yam for Nigeria. The best yam is Onitsha yam. When you see Onitsha yam, my brother, it look beautiful, like a fine, beautiful woman.
Okay.
But the worst yam, by this time, you cannot eat. It may be, I don't know, if you are from Osun State, you know this small yam. You have not strong, but the best yam now is Onitsha yam. So if you are buying yam, my brother, remember, Onitsha yam is the best yam. May God bless you as you are buying yam for me and my crew. God bless you. Mr. Taiwo, thank you very much. I think from you, everybody, we love you, we love you. What we are saying is that we are praying this president, just 2 years remaining, or 1 year, Buhari should change and his team. They should change. They should change. Oh, God will change them.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I have Mr. Samuel Effiong on the line this morning. One more question from Mr. Samuel. Hello, Mr. Samuel. Hello, Mr. Samuel. Good morning. Can you hear me? Hello, Mr.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay, let's look at the VAT, the court ruling that states VAT. Yeah. Let's look at VAT. What's your take on it? Lagos State government is going to take its VAT by itself, and other states are going to suffer. What do you think about the VAT?
No, let me correct that notion, that impression. Good morning for listeners, and good morning to everybody on the bystander. The first thing is standard global practice of any federal system of government. Nigeria is not the only federal system of government in the world. And I think I said this on different times. The state that generates the VAT, the revenue itself, is the one that should find the means of collating it to itself.
But how come that the FIRS was created? How come the FIRS was created and they have been collecting this over a long time?
Yeah, the point is those who make Nigeria their personal enterprise are scared that if the VAT is used, or probably they follow the normal international procedure whereby the state, like for example in Canada, the state that generates the highest gets the highest. So every other state, it's more or less like a competition. That was the notion of Adam Smith about capitalism. So everybody will want to do things to make sure that they can get more from their system. The North can now focus on maybe agriculture. I was listening to the analyst. The condition for Gombe State Governor. Now I push it open. You can play the video to him. Maybe if I come quickly. If Gombe State does not have the idea to generate whatsoever will make it to survive, they should consult me. I'll give them list of
okay, they should consult you, Mr.
Nigerians.
Samuel.
Definitely. It will take Gombe only a year or 2 years. They'll be generating more than ×5 of what they are generating. If they are making 1 billion per month or per annum, whichever calculation, after 1 year, they will make ×5 of it, which is 5 billion. In another 1 year, they'll be making ×5 of that amount. So if they don't know what to do, they should consult people. So they should not come out and use their level of intellectual dwarfism, their Boko Haram tendencies to underdevelop every other person. Lagos does not have a land for ranching. It's simple. The North has more than 70% of the total numbers of land in Nigeria. So the governor of Gombe and whoever want to do ranching, they should use those lands there. They have so many land that they don't use for anything. They have empty, vast land. I did my NYC in Adamawa State. I've been to Taraba. Niger State is so wide. Lagos is like, see, you can remove like 5 Lagos in Niger State or 10.
Okay.
So we have places where there are lands that can be used. So simple common sense demand that they should concentrate on where there's land and develop branches from there. So the governor is only saying trash that VAT, the normal standard practices, you don't collect money from Lagos State that generates money from drinking and smoking, and you pay to Kano and Kaduna State that closes down bars and clubs that smoke the same item that generates the money from Lagos. Madness.
So what they should have done, simple international practice, is to follow the system. Maybe they should start taxing their mosque and the Boko Haram and the cow meat there in their market to also generate the same thing if they want a large VAT, because some people in the southern part, the southerners generally pays through taxation with their nose, and it's affecting the masses that pay this money here. You can't rob Peter to pay Paul. It's commonsensical everywhere in the world.
Okay.
So, just like I was trying to comment on the comment that somebody is saying that Nigerians should be accountable. How will you be accountable, hold their leaders accountable when you protest, they kill you? Like what happened in the NSAS. The lady was shot in a Jota protest. You were there, I was there, we covered it. So people sit down, just type, hold them accountable. How? How many protests have such people participated? How many times have this kind of people come out to bystander to say their opinion? How many times have they done video on any national discourse to talk on some of these things if it's so easy? Then the other one will say, oh, the security. Is it the citizen or you typing on the common WhatsApp page that you create the security? So it's those in government, the military, the police who are going to abuse and criticize them constructively. They should do the needful. Those are just commonsensical. You say security, is it Chris on bystander whose salary is 30,000, is it 40,000? I don't know if they've even paid in the full salary that will now provide the security. I don't understand. Or is it Mr. Lucky or Chigozie or David or Mr. Matthew? I don't get. Or the woman on the street in Oba, Nikeja, I mean, hold up now somewhere in Songotedo area moving towards Aja that will provide security. I don't understand.
Thank you very much. 5 minutes, I have to let you go now. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Mr. Okokondem,
yeah,
Buhari is
Christian,
in your state. You are from Imo State.
Yeah, I'm from Imo State.
Buhari is your guest.
It's not my guest.
He's coming to Imo State.
It's coming to Imo State to Uzodinma, not to me.
No, Uzodinma represents the people of Imo State.
No, Uzodinma don't represent the people of Imo State. We, the Imos, we did not vote him. We, the Imos.
He's not the governor of Imo State.
He's the governor of Imo State. He's stupid court administrator.
Supreme Court.
Stupid court of Nigeria, known as Supreme Court. The stupid court of Nigeria, known as Supreme Court. He is the administrator they imposed on us. He's not the governor. Uzodinma is not the governor of Imo State. But let me come, first of all. Father Yahweh, I thank thee, I bless thee, I magnify your name for keeping me alive to see these days, for keeping every one of us alive to see these days. I thank thee, Father Yahweh, for keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alive up to these days, for keeping IPOB alive up to these days. Father, I thank thee for all our viewers abroad, those who love what we are saying, those who know the truth and understand on the truth, those who are ready to defend truth, those who are like freedom and love agitation for freedom. May God Almighty bless every one of you in Jesus' name. Father, I thank thee. Even for our viewers who extended the hand of good unto us, for encouragement unto us. I cannot mention their name one after the other because I cannot remember them. There are many. I say, may God Almighty bless every one of you. Whatever you put hand, it shall prosper. No evil shall rise up against you wherever you are. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. And I thank Philip TV who made it possible for our voice to be hearing all over the world. May God Almighty bless Philip TV in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Okay. You say it's not wanted in your state.
I am Mr. Okpara, the new Okokondem in this Second Republic of Biafra, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Long live IPOB. Long live IPOB. Long live Odua Republic. Long live Amateku. Long live Sunday Bohu. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Yeah, I say Uzodinma is not our governor. We did not elect him. Whom we elect is
your son is writing an exam, and they ask your son, who is the governor of Imo State? What will you advise your son? And they give Buhari, and they give Nnamdi Kanu, and they give Uzodinma, and they give Rocha Sokorocha. Would you?
Now, my son may write Uzodinma out of his own conscience, out of his own will, because he was forced to write Uzodinma. Because if
so
he did, excuse me, yes,
it's because that's the answer.
Yes, no, he was forced to write Uzodinma, because if he give you the answer that is here, the WAEC, Nigerian WAEC, we cancel it.
Of course.
You see why? You see
What
why?
is the answer?
Excuse me. You see why he was for? Why it was forced? If you wrote the right person, we put in, because the examiner or the council that will take care of that examination is controlled by Nigeria. Therefore, they will mark my son fail. For my son to avoid, for him not to mark him fail, he will reluctantly put that stupid Supreme Court who's administrator called Uzodimma. He will put him there to avoid Nigerian government or Nigerian examiner council not to fail him. You see why he will write to Uzodimma. Now that's one. Now Buhari visiting Uzodimma or is visiting Imo State on what ground? Why is he visiting Imo State? To come and see whether the evil is preparating with his kingsmen, Fulani herdsmen, whether they have a result. To go and see if really they are using the Uzodimma to kill we Igbos, to kill we Igbos, to kill we Biafrans. To go, he's going to his protection to go and see how many carcasses lie on the street. To go and visit mortuary to know how many corpses in the mortuary. To go to burial ground to know how people they are buried. To go and visit the widows, motherless, fatherless. You kill their relations. That's what he wanted to visit. Is he going to commission anything? What have Uzodimma build in Imo State? Because he told us, we Imo State, open mouth and told us, pump and pray without hiding, that we do not vote him in. We are not the people that vote him. So we should not expect him to do any good thing in Imo State. Therefore, he's doing the bidding and the will of his tax master in the name of Supreme Court of Appeal, Supreme Court of Nigeria, that to push him against the wish and the will, against the wish of Almighty God and the wish of people of Imo State and the wish against Ndiokpo of Igbo land. What the Supreme Court, stupid court of Nigeria, known as Supreme Court. I said stupid court, known as Nigeria Supreme Court. What they did to Imo people is against of ordinances of Ndiokpo Nandiagede. It's against Omenala of Igbo land. It's against Constitution of Biafra. Yes, it's against it. Now his king master, the highest fearful name in the time of killing Buhari, is coming down now to Imo State to visit him. For him to okay, he see already. For him to see what was happening in Imo State. Buhari came to this Lagos, commission what governor built. He's went to Imo State now to go and commission killing in Imo State, built by Uzodimma. Then I heard that after Imo State, if you go to Ebonyi State, to go and commission Islamic village, Umai built in Ebonyi State. All this is he going to commission. But the clean Imo State was the one governors built. Let him tell me what Buhari have single-handedly as a federal project finished up since 7 years, getting to 7 years now. He was in power. Can he show us? Getting to 7 years now. Can he show us what he have done?
Okay, let's move away from that. Well, lastly, these VATs. Have you heard about the VAT?
Yes. Issue, yes.
States and generate funds and they share to other states.
Yes.
Lagos State generate highest.
Yes.
River State and maybe other states generate and they are sharing.
Listen. All the whole states in states that fund or internal revenue is the southern states. Southern states produce the highest state is
Okay.
Now, when it comes to this revenue, they will collect it and give it to North. And most of them are lazy. They don't have anything to do than to depend on federal allocation monthly. And this federal allocation monthly, they come and quote, I have so local government, so number of human beings. When they count human being finish, they count animal join to make up the population of that human being to be high. And when I say animals called human being, I'm not talking of real human being to be animal. No, God forbid to say real human being are animals. But what I'm saying, when they count the number of real human being finish.
Sorry, we can still take one or two calls if you want to contribute. You can still call in to the program. Continue.
So when they count the number of human being number finish, they count animal join.
Okay.
And say that that's their population. Now
They count
animal join to the population of human being and say that's their population.
Okay.
To make sure they inflict the thing.
Okay.
When they collect all this allocation, how much are they giving to federal government?
Okay.
Now in Kano, they bound that there be no alcohol sold in Kano.
Yes.
But now this VAT and the internal revenue generation, they are collecting part of it from Brewing. We have Guinness, we have Niger Brewing, we also Brewing in East, in West. Is it not a sin to them to collect money from what they call that is abomination? When we do the Brewing finish, they collect tax and eat. As they reject that beer should not sold in their place and there be no brewing in their place, why don't they also reject the revenue collected from brewing products?
Will you reject the revenue?
No, if I say you are devil, if I say this one is a devil, whatever come from him is a devil, I will not collect it. That's my own life. If I look at you as a criminal, whatever that comes to you is is criminality. I will not take it. Okay. That is why I'm advising my people to stop eating cow. Stop eating Fulani cattle. It's abomination. Okay, look at last time, I think last month or last 2 months, a family of 7 in Abia State eat suya made from Fulani cattle and all of them die instantly. Family of 7, they died.
Okay.
This is what I'm telling you. Therefore, people like Wike, this is what Wike did now. I love well. People like Wike, he approved anti-grazing, open anti-grazing. He approved stand now on VAT and win the case. The judge that judged that case in River State, I raised hand up onto him. He did well.
Okay, finally.
Now in Lagos State, if Lagos State will also resist, as they attempt to pass the bill now, if they succeeded, now whether Mianti Allah like it or not, whether Fulani government like it or not, it's part of restructuring. All the whole certain governors should stand on it. It's part of restructuring.
Part of restructuring.
Yes. When you start controlling what you generate in your place, it's part of restructuring.
Okay.
You understand me? And banning open grazing or ruga whatever in South is part of restructuring. So I advise certain governors to move on this shooting. When they hold it grappling first, then we know. I know that also Dimba Fimo State, don't assume Dimba, and his brother Umai will not agree, but we will stand on it. We will win them.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Thank you very much.
So my last word to Nigeria is to people of Nigeria, to people that love the truth, to people that want to live, the people that want to make a future to their generation, upcoming generation. They should resist this Fulani marginalization, this Fulani dominance that they want to control the whole people and make us slaves to themselves. Even if at all we are alive, is it not the time we are going to be slaves? Can we be slaves in the grave? They want to kill all of us. So everybody should resist them. Middlebatch should come out. They should not only leave it to Sunday Bohu and Nnamdi Kanu. Let all the whole non-Fulani tribe and non-Muslim should rise up against this inhumanity, against this imperialism, supremacy, nonsense supremacy. They should rise up and come again. If all the whole Nigeria rebel, all the whole tribe rebel, probably cannot do anything.
Okay.
They are the minority in Nigeria.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
That's my word to people of Nigeria. I am Mr. Okpara, the new Okokondep in this second Republic of Biafra, led by Mazen Namdekalo, IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazen Namdekalo. Long live East. Long live IPOB. Omo Biafra. Hold your ears there. Don't like anything. Ona rakwa n'ọra onye ndị ọgbagbu deche ndị nche mgbe niile Nnamdi gara rapụrụ ka Jehova ga-ekpọpụta gị n'udo na ọṅụ n'aha Jesus Christ. Amen.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Who is calling? Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, Tunaija, we have Tunaija on the show this morning. Welcome, Mr. Tunaija. Yeah, what topic do you want to talk about?
I will just start with the topic. I think that move is quite problematic because if you do that, what will happen is that Lagos will have a lot more resources and you have a situation where people will be leaving other states and start punching into Lagos, and that will not be something that anybody wants.
Okay.
I think governments are supposed to stabilize their countries and make sure that there is no social instability.
Okay.
That is created due to policy.
Okay.
So that said, the bigger issue for me is that when people talk about Nigeria all the time, they forget that Nigeria is fairly state. Fairly. And if people really look at the foundations of almost all sub-Saharan African countries, they will understand we have a serious problem on our hands. And we are not looking at our nation and wondering why we keep suffering all the things we are suffering. This is why our countries have been suffering all this while. Fulanis are not in Rwanda. They are not in Kenya. They are not in Somalia. They still have problems there.
Okay.
They fight each other for scrap. Our forefathers were enslaved by another group. Our countries were colonized by another group. The finances of the world are controlled by another group. Did you know that in the last 18 months, they gave themselves $17 trillion
Wow.
in loans that they created from nowhere? And we are fighting for scrap every day to survive, and we hate each other because of it. We don't know why we hate each other. We have lived with Fulanis for thousands of years. We have lived with Hausa for thousands of years. And we forget our own brothers. We don't know that we even have enemies. Sometimes we run to the doors of our enemies to save us.
Okay.
What has been done for us today?
You are saying the problem we are facing is not a Fulani problem.
No. Our problem is bigger than that. We have to start organizing ourselves to secure our country. Like what I said about our country barely being in the nation. If you look at our nation, very secure. Advanced countries that are technologically more advanced, have more security forces. How is that even possible?
Okay.
That is a serious problem. If we don't found our nation on a serious foundation, we are not going to have security. Our countries are going to be compromised, and there is not going to be accountability. Because you need order. You need law and order to have accountability.
Okay. Okay, thank
you. The group of all sub-Saharan African countries are problems.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tunaija.
Let me give you a common sense. Every Nigerian is looking out there on the road, in their rooms and their house, they have iron bars. They have iron on their windows and on their doors. But they don't care about that for the whole country. We are paying money for millions upon millions of our country. We have to start organizing ourselves. Because I asked somebody the other day, how much are you willing to pay to secure the country? They are not willing to pay 1,000 naira. That's $2.something. Do you know how much you could pay here?
Wow.
People pay a lot of money here in the UK. We should stop fighting ourselves and start organizing. That's all I've got to say.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tunanja. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for calling. We are moving to the end of Bystanders today. Okay, tomorrow there will be more opportunities to call in. Wherever you are, you can still call in. A number will be dropped on the live chat so that you can call in and contribute so that we can hear your voice wherever you are in Australia, in UK, United States, wherever you are. Thank you, Mr. Tunanja. We are saying that we should fight for our nationhood, fight as a nation for our security, not depending on the leadership. Thank you very much. I'm Christian Chiko on this other edition of the program. A big thank you to the man behind the camera, Mr. Femi Davis. And a big thank you to the boss, Flip TV, Mr. Biodun Kukoli. Bye for now. I'll see you tomorrow on the same platform for the same edition of Bystanders at the newsstands. Thank you very much.